Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. It's Sat Chat time. Let's see, we're rolling. Oh good, oh good. This has been a rough morning, friends. I have COVID. I was kind of achy last night, and my throat was really dry, but I was doing a lot of filming for a class. Well, I'll tell you about that in a minute. But so I was doing a lot of filming this week, and my throat was kind of dry. But I thought, well, I've been talking a lot, so that can happen. You know, you're talking a lot, and your throat gets dry. And then I'm like, well, maybe I'm coming down with something because my daughter Lila has a cold, and then my son Jackson had missed a day and a half of work with a cold, and Maisie had a cold around Christmas time. So I'm like, well, maybe I'm picking up some of their germs or something, but I really didn't think too much of it. And then like last night we were sitting down to watch a movie and my shoulders were just all achy, and so I took some ibuprofen and went to bed after the movie. And this morning I woke up around 4 this morning, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to go back to sleep. I'll give myself a half an hour. If I can't fall back to sleep in a half an hour, then I just get up. So I got up, went downstairs, put on some YouTube, and eventually dozed off and slept until about 8:30 this morning, so which is late for me, which means I got my day started late, and which means I'm kind of my whole day's off. I had big plans of how today was going to go, because I have a little bit more filming to finish up for the class that I was working on this week, and then I was going to film Sat Chat and film the intros for my class, and then film, then I had a podcast interview at 2. It's 1:07 right now when I'm filming this, and then I have a call at 3:30, and everybody, it seems like, wants to do video calls now, so it's like I always do my video calls and things on Fridays because I've got everything set up for filming my face for Sat Chat or video intros and things like that, so it just makes more sense. But this day is packed, and I didn't realize that Lila was going to need to have a ride in to take her car to get an inspection sticker, and we didn't know how long it was going to be, so plus she was, so this morning I got up, and Jason's like, you can take a COVID test, and it hadn't occurred to me to, but I'm like, oh, what the heck, I'll take one. And it was positive, like, immediately. Like the liquid was just going across the little window, and like those lines were dark right off the bat. So then I had Lila take one, and she was positive, so masked up and dropped off the car, and didn't want to wait around, you know, obviously. Being sick, we wouldn't want to sit around in the waiting room and potentially infect other people. So that added a little bit of time, and it's just, I'm kind of like, I feel a little run down, but I don't know if I really feel run down or if I just think I feel run down because I know I have COVID, so I'm just like expecting to be run down. So I'm trying to not let preconceptions of what it's like to be sick cloud me and, you know, keep me from getting everything done I want to get done today. So that's my goal, to finish up everything on my list, and then I can just kind of crash. Plus the stuff I have to do next week. I do have another big deadline next week, but it's all photography and writing, so it is making up some samples, but I don't have to record any video, I don't have to talk, so if my voice goes, I'll still be fine to work on that other stuff. And probably some of you guys are thinking, Lindsay, take a day off, take a couple days, get well. But you know, it's the time passes faster when I'm busy. I don't relax very well. It was like the day after Christmas, I decided I was going to take the day off because Jason headed off, and I'm sitting down in my chair, I'm reading. I got a couple really good books for Christmas, so that was good. So I was reading one of my books, and I'm like, oh, as soon as I sit down and just chill out, like, it's like anxiety starts to creep in, and it's like, what haven't you thought about in a while? You know, that's like, oh, plane crashes. Yeah, I haven't thought about that in a while. You know, and then it's like, you know, then I just kind of go down the spiral of anxiety. So it's like I might as well stay busy because I don't do relaxing well. Jason goes, you can't just relax, can you? I say, no, sadly, I don't think I can. I think I'm like missing that gene, but I could plan to keep me busy today. Another fun thing I got for Christmas, my sister gave me another Monster mug, main Monster mug. The Potter is called Studio 207. They're on Etsy. Oh, no, my glasses on, so I can't see. I can't read the name. I can't read the name on the bottom. But this one's great because it's perfect. It's a perfect size for tea, and it feels really good in your hands. The other two that I have are really big, and I have them holding brushes and other art supplies up there on that shelf. And let's see. Oh, I have them turned away. Hello. Hello, main monster. So I'll put a link to that Etsy shop. I don't know if she has any in stock or not, but my sister gets them at a craft fair in Augusta, I think, every year for me. But I just love her work. It's so whimsical and fun, and I love this one because it's like it's perfect. Those I'm kind of afraid to use because they're so big and I'm afraid I'm going to drop them. So they're great decorations, but this one's actually going to be my tea mug. It's my priority tea mug. My previous priority tea mug was also one my sister got me at Unity Pond Pottery. So I do love handmade pottery. It's so satisfying to drink out of, to use, not to collect necessarily, but to use. So that's open for registration. That is a free class at michaels.com/classes. I'll put a link to the video description in that. You can check that out. Got a couple more days if you want to get Hand Painted Holiday while it's still on sale. It's on sale through the end of the month, through what is it, 31st, New Year's Eve. So grab that if you want to grab it, because the price is going up on that next year. And the class I've been working on this week to finish up is a class I'm going to do for Altenew. It's called Watercolor Playdate, and you can actually, I think, pre-order now. It's more expensive than the classes I have on my Teachable School, but you're actually buying a big bundle of supplies, and there's a couple options. There's one option that has, because Altenew is a stamp company, and they also have a burgeoning range of art supplies. It's a watercolors, but we're also going to be using some stencils and some embossing powder, embossing folders, stamps, different things like that. And I call it Watercolor Playdate because it's just a really great way to play with your watercolors, play with your card making supplies, and then at the end we're gonna wrap up the class with a live stream where we're taking everything that we made throughout the week and we're putting it together in a big batch of artsy fartsy cards. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I will put a link to that in the video description. There is a basic bundle which doesn't have the watercolor set. The watercolor set we're going to use is it's the 24 half pan set. I really like those watercolors from Altenew. Haven't tried the 36 set, and I didn't like the tubes so much that came out, but I love this 24 set, and that's what we're going to use. So the basic set doesn't have the watercolors in that, or the gouache set, because that would probably be more for people who already have watercolors they like. Maybe they have some gouache they like. There is a tube of white gouache because you can mix it with your watercolors to do the gouache effects I'll be showing in one of the lessons. It's got like the stamp, stencil, embossing powder, embossing folder, that sort of stuff. So if you're kind of maybe you've dabbled with watercolors but you've never tried the card making stuff, so you want to get those products for these specific projects we're making, you can go that route, so that's a less expensive option. And then they have the deluxe set, which has the watercolors and the full tubes of gouache and a couple extra colors of embossing powder and different things like that. So you can check it out, link in the video description, look at what both bundles have, see if it's something that you would be interested in. As far as I know, the class is not available on its own. I don't know if that's something that's going to come out in the future. But the more I learn about it, the more I will let you know about it. That's something I'm going to ask the folks there. But yeah, it's going to be the week of February 12th, I think, and then that's if you want to do the class along with me for that week live. But then you can obviously enjoy the recording in the future if you wish to. There'll be 6 pre-recorded lessons that will kind of drop every day, and then the live stream will be, of course, done live via Zoom with everybody. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. And it's a year of yes. So we're wrapping up the year of yes. We got a couple more days, and I'm telling you, all my yes chickens are coming home to roost this week. I feel like now I'm kind of starting to stress out a little bit, because there were a lot of things I would have just said flat out no to if it wasn't the year of yes, because I'm just like, I'm too busy. It's just too much. I'm piling on too much. Even if like an idea was really exciting and fun and sounded like a good time, but I said yes to all those things that sounded like a good time, and I definitely pushed myself to the limit. I feel like I have a different baseline for productivity and endurance now than I did before. I feel like I'm definitely better at using scraps of time and making the most out of my day. I still find plenty of time to be lazy, so don't worry. There's still plenty of give there in the schedule, but I'm proud of what I've done this year. I'm glad that I've been able to be efficient enough to say yes to all these things and make them happen. But I don't know what my intention for next year is. I thought, but definitely by my last Sat Chat of the year, I'll figure out what my intention will be for the year or what my word will be for the year. And I don't know. I really don't. Maybe intentional should be my word for the year, like be really intentional with everything I do, because I definitely tend to flit from thing to thing to thing. But then again, I also kind of like that. I like that not everything has to be overthought and overanalyzed. I know the more I think about something, the less likely I am to do it. So I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know. In the past, I've set up years where I want to be a better person, like a better friend, a better family member, and I feel like I'm all right. I feel like I'm pretty good. I'm not a jerk. I don't think so. Anyway, I mean, we could all improve, but you know, trying to make more time for friends and family and whatnot. But I don't know. I don't know what this should be the year of. What are you guys gonna do? Are you setting an intention for the year? Are you setting a New Year's resolution? Maybe it's gonna be a year of health, because I'm done. I mean, maybe it's just like the post-Christmas hangover talking, but I feel like I need a juice cleanse and a strength training routine and like a whole life overhaul, you know, which sounds extreme, because in general, I feel like I'm doing all right. I mean, I get physical activity every day. I walk my dog every day. Even today, I mean, we did a full walk. I wasn't intending to, but I knew that she was going to be stuck inside for a lot of the day because it's still raining. It's rained a lot, so my hair is such a hot mess. It's been so rainy this week, and I didn't want her to, you know, suffer, so I walked all the way down to the school and let her run around in the ball field and stuff. So I didn't do the trails. Usually I'll do the cross-country trails as well, but I was just like, yeah, I don't want to get myself wiped out where I have a lot left that I need to do today. But yeah, so I, you know, walk a couple miles every day. That's my physical activity, but I don't know if you could really call it, like, it's not a workout, you know, it's very leisurely. So I don't know, I think I definitely want to do some strength training, you know, because if you invest in strength training, especially for women in middle age, then that's going to pay off dividends in the fact of you're going to burn more calories when you're at rest. You're going to stave off osteoporosis, or 1 in 3 women have osteoporosis in their older years. Can you believe that? So if you can do something to help better the odds on that, that's good. And obviously exercise helps your heart health and overall general well-being. So yeah, I've been good at taking my vitamins every day this fall, and I'm going to continue that. So I don't know, I guess maybe it's just a year of little tweaks, little tweaks towards optimization. I don't know. I definitely would like to do less of, I think, you know what I think it will be? I think it's going to be create more, consume less. I think that's going to be my mantra for the year, is create more, consume less. Because I don't feel good when I sit down and I just like scroll on my phone at the end of the day or mindlessly watch something on TV. I don't like that. I feel good when I'm busy and I'm working and I'm creating and I'm making stuff and I'm getting excited, or I'm working towards a goal. So I think that will be my mantra, create more, consume less. I think that works. And that could be taken to, you know, it could be very gentle. It could also be a little bit more extreme. I don't know. I think that sounds about what I want to do. I just want to be, I don't want to say if I want to be well balanced. I don't know if balance is really my thing. I'm definitely a little bit off kilter. I'm more comfortable in being a little bit extreme in different things. So maybe not balance, but definitely creating more, consuming less, I think. Or it could just be the post-holiday hangover talking, where I'm just like, oh my word, I've had so many carbs. Jason made a vegan lasagna and a regular lasagna, and he made fudge, like vegan fudge, peanut butter fudge, just still like a piece stashed away in the cupboard. He's like, you have to hide this from me. So it's probably just all of the simple, refined food that I've been eating that's making me feel kind of bluff. Maybe that's what made my immune system dip low enough that I contracted this virus. I don't know. But I don't feel that bad. I'm just a little bit worn out, a little bit rough around the edges, but I have no doubt I can sail through the rest of my day and get what I need to get done. So I have to film I gotta film the intro. I always film the intros to my classes last. It's a tip I learned at Craftsy when I went to film my Craftsy class. You film your intro last, because after that you're all warmed up. You absolutely know every single thing that you've used and what you can really talk about what you're teaching because you've just done it all. It's all fresh in your mind. Because sometimes you think of better stuff as you're filming. You're like, oh, it would be great to add this in. This would be a good lesson to throw in here. And it might have not been something you originally intended to put in there. Like I decided to put quite a big section on color theory into this class because I'm like, that's going to help people that are rubber stampers, that's going to help painters, that's going to help people from mixing mud. That's just overall good to know, and it seems to be the biggest sticking point for people, especially people that have come to painting as adults, not knowing how to mix colors or why their colors are getting muddy, or even the difference between opaque and transparent, different things like that. So I thought that would be a really good one, and that's not one I originally put in my class outline, and I'm like, duh, that's like probably one of the most important things to put in there. So so doing my intros last are helpful, for me anyway. And so I don't film in a linear fashion always, unless something's building on the previous thing, and then I will. But a little peek behind the scenes there. But yeah, doing your intros last when you're all warmed up and you're all well practiced, then that just also makes the class feel a little bit more professional, I think. Anyway, so yeah, that's available, the Altenew class. I will have the 2023 Critique Club archive out by next Sat Chat. I should have it over the next couple of days, but that's not the top priority of mine right now. That's a little bit further down the list. Yeah, I'm not bringing the energy today. I'm surprised my nose isn't running. It's been running today pretty badly. I've had a lot of sneezes. I am getting a little bit stuffed up, so I'm just hoping that my voice will hold out through the podcast that I'm doing in about half an hour, and I can sail through the day getting everything done I need to get done. I was hearing stuff upstairs. Lila's home, obviously. She's home from college. She's got COVID. Maisie's also on break, but she has an apartment, so she doesn't come here as often when she's on break. But man, I don't have a lot to talk about. Oh my gosh. Oh, here's something fun that I got for Christmas. This is art dice. Jason got me this, and it is oh, my glasses on. Do you find like when you're sick that it's harder to see? It's harder to like focus on things? Holy moly. But there's like different categories like medium, color, subject, style, texture, setting, mood, and so you can roll these, and then you take all the prompts that are on the dice, and then you can create an artwork with it. Maybe we'll have to do a live stream and try these out. That might be really fun, you know, just to kind of do like a little creative Kickstart thing. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a live stream using these art dice. I think that would actually be really fun. And so this thing finally came in. I think I was I don't know if I told you last week. I had called, well, I tried to chat with Amazon customer support last week because I had ordered this like Black Friday weekend. It was a unicorn. Oh, Schmincke, you and your palettes. They get me every single time. I don't even love Schmincke watercolors. How bad is that? It's like, they're not my favorite. They're fine. They're good. And this is their student grade watercolors. But the palette is so cute. It's like, I have to have that palette. It has to go in my collection. This is just like the perfect product that manifests my insanity when it comes to art supplies. Look at this. Isn't it cute? It's like a candy bar. It's so skinny and cute. I just love it. And then you open it up. Oh, how adorable is that? So it's the Schmincke Academy watercolors. This sucker sells for about 70 bucks. And it was on sale for $50, and then there was a $10 off coupon. So I bought it on Black Friday. And I told you guys about it too in my community post. And I knew it was going to be just delivered mid-December. I didn't care. And then it kept like getting pushed out, and then it was supposed to be here last Thursday, like a week ago Thursday by 10 p.m. And I'm like, it hasn't even shipped yet. What is going on? But they had charged me, so I'm like, okay, so maybe they're shipping it. And then I checked on Friday morning, this was last week, and it said your shipment is delayed. We don't know when it's going to ship out, and you won't be charged until it does. I'm like, well, that's weird, because I was charged last night. So I sent a little customer service like chat, and they called me. And I talked with the nicest lady, and who must have been dealing with real jerks, because I was just like, oh, how are you doing today? And she's like, good, thank you for asking. Like, she was just so shocked that somebody like was not a total jerk to her. And so we were talking, she's like, huh, that is a stuck parcel. That happens sometimes. She's like, let me unstick it. And so she got it to ship. So I don't know if it was one of those situations where like the price was really good, like those Winsor Newton palettes that were like 40 bucks last year, and never, like it was like months and months and months, and finally I'm like, okay, cancel my order. It's been like stuck at like someplace in England for months. So I don't know if it was like a situation like that, if they put out a really good price to get a bunch of people to order it, and then they like just don't send them and don't charge them. I don't know, but so I got my little palette. At this point, I'm like, oh, I must have that palette. I would not pay $70 for this. Barely justified paying $40 for it because it's just so cute. I mean, I could put whatever I wanted in there for paints, obviously, but you know, I think I will review this just because it's been a while since I've used the Academy paints, and I feel like I need to, I don't know, I kind of feel like it's a collector's item. I must keep it together. But none of my palettes are collectors, as if they're not going to get used. Well, I mean, look at this cute, look at this cute little center rail that holds all the pans in there. It's so sweet. Have you ever seen anything like it? Look how stinking cute it is. It's so adorable. So, yeah, I'm just, part of me is just like, Lindsay, you are ridiculous. Why? Why did you need that? And why does it make me so happy to own? I have some problems with materialism, I think. So that's why I need to create more and consume less, because there's always going to be cute palettes, you know? They're going to keep coming out with them because people like me will keep buying them. I'm not ashamed of this purchase though, because I've wanted it since I first saw it, and I've been like stalking it and hunting it down, and when I saw that price I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah. Because before you couldn't even find it anywhere, so listen to me justify like an addict over here. Tell you why. Tell you all my justifications for this in particular silly thing. And one thing I've wanted for a long time, I asked for Christmas, was the We Are Memory Keepers tray. And I got some stuff here for the Ultimate class I was filming, but they have, there's like these lunch trays almost. The lunch trays sit on this rack, and there's 6 of them. And I'm not going to tip it down because, well, I could show you, because I think I could show you without showing what's on the bottom rails, which that project is not really ready for prime time yet. But it's like a stack of, it reminds me of like lunch trays, and it's great because you can lay out your projects, and I always have several projects going at once, so this is really handy. And what I used prior to this, why I didn't buy this myself and why I've just kind of pined after it, is that I bought a bunch of letter size baskets from the Dollar Tree, and I use those to store my projects, and that does work fine. It's totally workable, but this is really nice because I can see everything, because with the Dollar Tree baskets I have to find places to put them, or I nest them together, and it's easy to not see what's in them and kind of forget what you planned on working on. With this, there's like about a 5-inch gap between each layer's a foot, yeah, it's about 5 inches. So you can kind of peek in there and see what you got on deck for your next project. So that's something I've wanted for a while. I'm really happy. It's very sturdy. It's kind of pricey. I think that's the other thing, because I kept thinking, well, I'll just wait until Joann's does one of their 50% off sales. But even at 50% off, it was like 80 bucks, because like they would do full price, and I don't know, it's just expensive, and I couldn't justify it. But I can justify $40 for this tiny thing that I'll probably use 3 times. But yeah, that's going to be very, very helpful. And the other thing, because I've been hemming and hawing over this for so many years, I was thinking, well, do I want to have that many projects staring me down? But I've got 2 projects on this right now. I've got a class, and I've got instruction booklet that I'm writing. So yeah, but it gives me a way to have everything laid out so I can put those trays on my workspace as I'm working, and it's very smart. It's very nice, and highly recommend that. It sometimes is in stock on Amazon and sometimes not. We Are Memory Keepers is the brand name. Joann will probably have a better price on it, maybe even Michael's. It's kind of a big bulky thing, so maybe that's why it's not on Amazon very often, and when it is, it's sold by a third party. So just to give you the heads up there. But yeah, that's what's new with me. I had a great holiday. We hosted Christmas Eve, and that was really nice, and did Christmas morning around the tree up in the addition, up in our bedroom, which worked out wonderfully. We probably spent a couple hours just kind of going around one by one opening presents, and we all had a really nice time, and everybody liked what they got, and it's nice. It's nice when you have that a bit of a relief, like, okay, cool, I picked up the right things. I picked out things I like. I picked out things they're happy with. Everybody feels loved. I think that's what all of us moms are like just hoping for. We just want to make sure everybody feels loved on Christmas. You know, we don't want our kids or our kids' partners to feel left out. You know, we want to make sure that everybody feels loved. I guess that's really what the season's about, I think. I'm not religious, so for me, anyway, that's what the season's about. And yeah, Christmas Day, we went down to my folks, or actually my sister's house, and had lunch and did some presents there and hung out for a bit. And then, yeah, popped over and saw Dad. And that was about it. Busy weekend. And then the day after Christmas, which is always my favorite day, I could not relax like I usually hope to, which was a little disappointing. So like, I'll stay in my pajamas all day. Apparently the last time I stayed in my pajamas all day was before we had a dog, because the dog's like, think again, woman, you gotta walk me. I need to have a nice long constitutional. I need to go sniff all of the trails. We need to go check out the woods and see if the snowmobile trails have been cleared yet. We need to do this and that. I mean, it's her favorite thing, so what am I going to do? And it's good for me too. It's good to get out in that bright sunshine in the morning. One thing I have to say about the year of yes is that I definitely felt way less anxious this year than in past years. And way less moody and way less despair. Like, you know, I mentioned last week I don't like to call it depression because I've never been like diagnosed or seen by a medical professional. I'm here whipping up tinctures in the backyard. No, I've never been seen by like a psychiatrist or anything, but I definitely can get these periods of despair that last a couple of months, and didn't have that at all last year, not even for weeks. And I think part of that is getting out in the bright light in the morning with a dog. I think part of it is being busy. I think busy works really well for me, and so I don't want to lose that ground that I have made up over the year. So we'll see. I think create more, consume less is going to be my mantra. But hey, if you get some ideas, let me know what you guys are doing. Maybe I'll switch. I don't feel 100% committed to anything right now, except for all the previous commitments that I've made during the year of yes. As I've been saying, my yes chickens are all coming home to roost this week. We gotta fulfill all the obligations that we made when it seems so far in the future. But yeah, and I gotta get on promoting that second week at the French workshop, so I will link that down below too if you'd like to paint with me for a week in France. I'll be there for 2 weeks. First week sold out, second week has spaces. Haven't really had a chance to promote that much for the holidays, but I will be doing that, promoting that as we come up. So if you know anybody that wants to do it, please share. That would be super duper helpful. I'll put a link in the description. But that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and sorry I couldn't really bring the energy and the fun this week, but I did my best, and that's all we can do, right? That's all we can do any day. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye!